to my channel. I was looking in the comments, as I always do when I'm looking for video ideas, and you said that you wanted more story time type videos. You seem to be really enjoying those, so I thought I would do one of those today. If you're not already subscribed to my channel, then please make sure that you do that by clicking the button down there for more videos. As you can see in the title, I'm going to talk about my Tinder experience. This is such an awkward thing to speak about, but I do actually have a special guest to help me talk about this. And it is actually the guy that I went on the Tinder date with. You can come in now. And sit down. Okay, so if you don't know, this is Elliot. He's my boyfriend. We've been together for almost a year. Very precise. We've never spoken about how we've met and such, so that's what we're going to do today. So for me, obviously I became single and my friends were obsessed with it and they were on it like they'd come around and we didn't ever have a conversation anymore because they were always on Tinder. Like they said like you need to get it, so I got it. And I only ever swiped, which is the good one, right, for about, I'd say about 10 people. And I got about, I don't know, like 9 matches out of that, so sure. Quite a good conversion rate there.
Kind of the same, I was single for about 3 months before I got it, I reckon.
And when was this when you first got it? Before our date?
I can't actually remember. 2 years? 1 year?
2 years?
Was it 2 years?
You had Tinder for 2 years before we met?
Maybe.
I had it for about 2 weeks before we met.
Yeah, I completed the game at one point.
So you basically swiped right on the maximum amount of people that you can swipe on?
Yeah, I did that one, but then also...
Such high standards.
I didn't know you could do that.
Yeah, well, you managed away. Let's jump to when we met. Who messaged you first?
You messaged me first about 18 times.
No, right, if you're going to do this bullshit, we're not going to make this video.
Do you want me to get it up? Do you want me to go down?
Yes.
Do you want me to download Tinder?
Yes. Don't lie.
I'm not lying.
I didn't
You
say
messaged
why
me
you're
3 or 4
ignoring me.
times.
No, I didn't.
Yes,
right,
you
get
did.
your phone. Download it on your phone then.
Maybe it was just one.
Oh, was it?
No, it can't be.
Yes, it was. So I'm right. I did message you just once. No, why are you saying wait? Because at the top of our conversation, I said hi, followed by hello.
That's not how I remember it.
So we were talking for a week or so, do you think?
Yeah, maybe.
A week or so, and then I was like, are you going to ask me out on a date?
That was it. That was where you started getting bloody forward.
Like, why would you want to text someone for the rest of your life? So anyway, booked a place. I didn't know where we were going.
Nope.
I drove over to yours, and then I was on your drive, and I didn't want to come in because you live with your mum and dad.
Yeah.
And I texted you saying, I'm here, and then you said,
I'm in the shower.
Just getting in the shower. Yeah. But then you just came out, and I was like, oh,
I was already ready, by the way.
And then we hugged, did we, or did you kiss on the cheek? Don't remember. Turned around to walk down the bottom of the drive, and your dad was staring out of the window, like staring at me. Like no expression on his face, just staring. And then we went to a place called Pinocchio's in Chesterfield, which is an Italian restaurant.
Yep.
What were your thoughts about the date? Did you know that, did you have any intention of meeting other people after that date?
No.
So you think that our date in comparison to some other Tinder dates you went on was a good one?
Yeah.
And what makes the difference between a good Tinder date and a bad Tinder date?
We just had a good time, didn't we?
Yeah, but there was no like awkward silences. We both ordered spaghetti bolognese, which was stupid because you can't eat spaghetti bolognese in a polite way. So I was really self-conscious and like trying to cut my spaghetti up to eat it. And then I just looked over at you and you were literally just there shoveling it in, like shoveling it, pasta falling down, and I was just like, yes.
I've been to work.
This is the kind of guy that I need to go on dates with, that lets me just eat it like a cow. I had 2 wines.
What?
I had 2 glasses of wine. But you didn't like ask me if I wanted dessert or anything, which was a bit of a cross in my book because girl always wants a dessert, but we let that one slide. So after that we went back to yours, which was awkward because there's always like people think, oh, you're going back to someone's house after a date, like, oh, you must be like up to no good kind of thing.
Went back for a cup of tea.
We went back to yours for a cup of tea. I met your mum and dad on our first date, and then we went up to your room, even more suspicious, but we watched a few films. I feel like we watched a few films, and then I ended up falling asleep and stayed over at yours. I had to tell my mum knew that I'd stayed over. And then when I came home the day after, she was on the phone to my granddad. My sister and my brother were there, my stepdad was there, and they were all absolutely ripping me for it.
I remember that.
Like ripping me for it.
Yeah.
My mum was on the phone to my granddad saying, oh here she is, and she comes, walk of shame. Like that when I was coming down the drive. But that's the thing, like it was innocent.
I had work the next day as well, didn't I? Or was it a weekend? Was it a Friday?
I think it was a Thursday. And then after a week, I think we both deleted Tinder. Or was it even less than that?
I think it was less. I think it was like about 3 days.
Never looked back since. Moved in together about 6 months later.
Yeah, moved in December.
8 months later. 7 or 8 months
We've been
later.
together for 4 months. Nearly.
We moved in December.
About
It's now
3
March.
months.
So
Yeah.
it just shows you that Tinder
Tinder
can work, because everyone that I've spoke to think Tinder's like the biggest waste of time. Like because we live really close to each other really. We run in the same circles kind of. I know some of the people that you know. Even though we kind of knew people who knew people who knew people, we only really met after Tinder.
It's weird that we've never met before. I mean, you're 6'4" and I'm 6'7". We don't exactly hide anywhere, do we?
I found these questions online, and they were saying that these are the questions you should ask any potential date on Tinder before you meet up with them. The first question is, how many matches have you got on Tinder? These are really unrealistic because you would not ask someone that. You would not ask someone that before you've met them, would you?
Yeah.
How many matches do you think you got on Tinder if you were to guess?
34.
34. Where do you go on nights out?
On nights out, Chesterfield or Sheffield Town.
And I go to Sheffield Town. Do you like to travel?
Yes, I went to Lanzarote by myself about 2 weeks before we met.
Yeah. Does that not ring alarm bells?
And I had a really good time
You're
on
one
my
of
own.
those people. One of those people who goes to the cinema by themselves.
I had a good time on my own.
5-star, all inclusive, right on the beach.
You finished.
Well, I don't see what's weird.
Do you have any nicknames?
No, I don't think so.
No one has ever called you Smelly
No.
with the name Elliot?
Maybe when
You're a liar.
when I was back in school.
Yeah.
But then we also worked out that if I had a T in front of my name
Tell you.
and I was called Telliot, if you spelled that backwards, it would spell toilet. So people called me Toilet for a little while because it's E-L-I-O-T.
Is that what you did at school?
Yes.
Okay. What's the best present you've ever bought someone? As if you're actually going to ask anyone this.
I don't know, because I don't really celebrate anything to buy presents, do I?
You don't. You don't do the whole
Not
present
asked.
giving thing, do you?
No.
In your family. But you've been doing it with me. What's your favourite kind of food?
English food. However, I do now like curry. I did like it before, but I didn't really eat it that much. But in her family, they have like takeaway. What they used to do before your parents went like that. You used to have
Takeaways every week.
takeaway most weeks. I eat a lot more spicy.
How'd you have
like
your steak?
jalapenos. Medium rare.
Yay! Have you always had it like that?
Because it just tastes nice. Doesn't it?
Yeah. It really pisses me off when people have it well done.
Yeah, it's
It's
really
like you
good.
might as well have a burger
Yeah.
on a plate. Do you believe in aliens?
Yes. There's got to be something, hasn't there?
I do as well actually. They all look different. Every planet.
I reckon
look
Obama
different.
knows.
Yeah, I do as well. Book of Secrets. If I asked you to streak right now, would you? Yes.
Yeah.
You would, because you're such a you don't care, and you're very open with nudity. You and your family
Yeah. We don't
walk
care.
around naked all the time.
Yeah.
So
Parents
yeah,
go on
you would.
nature's holidays a lot, so I've been brought up in that.
Yeah. What's your favourite sport?
Basketball. Easy.
That's good because I would have known straight away that you were tall. Who is your ideal woman? Celeb.
Celebrity.
Yeah.
Mila Kunis.
I knew you were going to say that, and how annoying that I don't look anything like Mila Kunis. I literally couldn't be more opposite.
if I do
Mila
this-
Kunis. Blonde and pale. You not ask me who my ideal is.
Who's your ideal?
That's a difficult question.
Why would I ask if you're going to take so long to answer it?
Dogs or cats?
Dogs. Cats.
See, if we'd have asked that question, I wouldn't have met her.
I've got a cat and I had 2 dogs when we
See, I don't have a cat, I have 2 dogs, but I'm still more of a cat person than a dog person. If you could only ask someone on Tinder 3 questions before you had to decide whether you go on a date or not, what do you think the best 3 questions to ask would be?
Boobs or bum?
To a girl.
Do you have good boobs or bum?
Do you have good boobs or good bum? You'd ask that to
Are
a girl.
you more boobs or bum?
To a girl.
Yeah, why not?
Next question.
How tall are you?
Yeah, that's one of mine.
Do you like sport?
We wouldn't have ever gone on a date if you'd asked me that. So you end up with someone who's 6'5", covered in bruises, but they've got a nice ass.
Covered in bruises?
Yeah.
Oh no!
So, that's everything, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, so,
I'm hungry as well, so.
can you
dinner?
stop talking over my outro, please?
But can I have dinner soon?
Yes.
In that line?
So, shh. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you want to follow Elliot, you can follow...
Well, it's both of us, isn't it?
Yeah, we have a blog together, so if you like us together, you can follow Twice as Tall. I'll leave all the links to everything down below. See you next time. Bye. Blow a kiss?
No.
Why?
I don't know who they are.
Okay.
See you later. FIFA time.
Bye. No card in the camera. Are you shitting me?